DJ take on Sports Fan Entertainment. It is time to recap the Week 16 games for the 2016 NFL season. If I have not already talked about it in a separate video, I will talk about it here. And what a horrible day for the NFL today. I'm so depressed right now. I let the NFL weigh on my emotions too much, obviously, as we've had two huge injuries today in Derek Carr and Marcus Mariota, two of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. Both of them out for the season, and just so depressing that you look, and I'm a Titans fan, and obviously that has something to do with that. You look past that. This isn't depressing, but it just a little annoying because my picks have been terrible this week. We've had a revolution, all right, a revolucion, as the Spanish would say, of the horrible teams in the NFL. The horrible teams in the NFL all conglomerated this week, said, you know, they're going to come up with a little bit of a revolution and give a big F you to everybody, and we're all going to win this week. So we had the Browns win, we had the 49ers win, we had the Jaguars win, we had, those three teams win. Now the Jets still stink and the Bears still stink, but those three teams said, no, don't you just sit back and wait and see what we do this week. And even the Saints won, who a lot of people weren't expecting. I mean, it was like 50-50, but yeah, so we've had a revolution, we've had injuries, and my picks stink, and my team stinks, so I'm not in a very good mood. But I still have to do my job, so let's start in Chicago, where the Washington Redskins went to Chicago and beat their butt. So they were not one of the victims of the revolution today, and, you know, they got business taken care of today. And you love the fact that the Bucs lost, so you're still very much alive in terms of the playoff picture. In fact, you're more alive than ever. All you got to do, I believe, is just win next week, and you should be in. You should be. I have to check everything, but with the Bucs loss today, you're set up well. Oh, you also would need, though, now that I think about it, what's that team? The Lions. The Lions are a problem. If the Lions win tomorrow, you're screwed, actually, I believe. I think you're just absolutely screwed at that point, and you can't do anything. So I have to check this stuff, but I'm pretty sure you need the Lions to lose tomorrow. In fact, I'm almost 100% sure of that. You need the Lions to lose tomorrow. If they don't, I think you're just finished. I think because then they'll have 10 wins. The Giants have 10 wins, and you cannot get 10 wins, so you'll be finished. So you need some help. Will you get that help? I'm not so sure. By the way, real quick announcement, I have changed two of my predictions for this week. I haven't done it all this season, but now I've needed to do it since Satan has had such a hold on this week's NFL games. I'm picking the Texans to win tonight over the Bengals, and I'm also picking the Lions to beat the Cowboys tomorrow, because now the Cowboys they're going to rest their guys. I mean, after the hell that we've seen today, after the way Satan has been coming after some of these players this week, Jerry Jones is sitting his boys. The Lions are going to win that game to me now. Give me the Lions to beat the Cowboys, and then tonight, with the Titans losing, the Texans know they can win tonight and win the division. Give me the Texans to beat the Bengals tonight. But in terms of this game, Matt Barkley. Oh my God, Matthew Barkley. What happened to good old Matt Barkley this game, as this guy had 2 touchdowns and 5 interceptions? And some Bears fans have been wondering why I've been saying, hey guys, Matt Barkley is not your future. He still stinks. Guess what? Matt Barkley is not your future. He still stinks. This game proved it. He's not good enough. Don't you dare build your franchise, build the next era, build the new era of the Chicago Bears around Matt Barkley. That will be a decision of which you regret. I promise you of that. And for the Redskins, again, you're still alive, but you need the Lions to lose tomorrow. We move on to the Cleveland Browns, who were a part of the revolution as they defeat the San Diego Chargers. The Browns win a game. And I said, back in like mid-season, I said, I can't see the Browns going 0-16, right? It's so hard to go 0-16 in an NFL season. It just doesn't happen for a reason. Now, as the weeks went on, I said, I don't think it's going to happen. Now, I think really after that week 13 loss to the Cincinnati Bengals, I said, okay, it's over pretty much. But you won today, so I guess I was kind of right and I was kind of wrong. But you won today, right? You won a game, good. You should still be in control of the number 1 pick because your strength of schedule is so high, mainly because you just lose to everybody. So you're increasing the strength, you're increasing their win total, which is increasing your strength of schedule by losing to everybody. And then you play in the AFC North, which is all right. And San Francisco 49ers play in the NFC West, which is not all right. So that's your advantage when it comes to the San Francisco 49ers. So do not blow next week, though. Do not, actually, it probably doesn't matter. Oh, what am I talking about? The 49ers lost. Never mind. I was thinking that the 49ers won this week. See, I'm so frazzled by this week. What a terrible week. So you guys still have the #1 pick. Congratulations. You were part of the revolution, and it worked. Now, as for the San Diego Chargers, did Philip Rivers throw an interception today? Of course he did. This guy has thrown interceptions now for the past 6 games. This Chargers season's going down the drain. They need to fire Mike McCoy immediately. They need to relocate. They need to change their name. They need to change a lot of stuff. I would not change Tom Telesco. I like Tom Telesco. I would not change Philip Rivers. I like Philip Rivers, but man, this has been a horrible end to this season. You have to look to add a backup quarterback. Draft Brad Kaya in the 2nd round. Draft Chad Kelly in the 4th round. I would start to look for it. I'm not saying Philip Rivers stinks, but man, we need to start thinking and looking. Now, maybe in a new offensive system and scheme, he'll do great. It'll be great. It'll be great. It'll be great. But I have my eyebrow raised. 6 straight games with an interception. And also, again, I can't believe how many Charger fans want a wide receiver next year. You guys, Tyrell Williams will drop plenty of passes, dog. I give you that. But you have Tyrell Williams, you have Travis Benjamin, Keenan Allen. He's under contract until 2021. 2021. You're not going to get a wide receiver. These are your wide receivers. Just get over it. We move on to the Carolina Panthers, who were not a part of the revolution, and they lose today 33-16, and Cam Newton just continues to be average, guys. This is who he is. He's not very good, and Mike Ryan's better, and I think he's almost always been better. Last season he certainly wasn't, but outside of that, every other season he has been better than Cam Newton, and we saw today his team's better than Cam Newton's team, and the Falcons keep rolling. They're going to roll to the playoffs. Can they win in the playoffs? Can they win the Super Bowl? This is a conversation that I think we need to have. I'm more impressed right now by the Falcons than I am the Seattle Seahawks, which is very sad to say, but it's the truth. But right now, my NFC Super Bowl power rankings would be the Cowboys, the Packers, and then the Falcons, right? So I think you're right there. But I'm not sure if I can buy you guys being able to stop the Packers or the Cowboys when you need to, and you're going to need to. You just can't outscore these guys. They're very good. We move on to the Jets, who were not a part of the revolution, and boy, do they stink. The Cleveland Browns, I know their record is awful. I know they've been pretty terrible, but I really think this Jets team, I don't know how they won 4 games. They just get consistently blown out. Just out. Just absolutely blown out. They lost 41-3 today. They lost 41-10 a couple weeks ago. They lost 28-3 to the Arizona Cardinals. Just these ridiculous, outrageous point differentials. They're just so absurd and outrageous, and you've never seen anything like them, and they continue to do it over and over and over and over again, and I don't know how they keep getting away with it. They stink. And didn't I tell you about Bryce Petty? I'm not exaggerating here, fellas. This guy is literally the worst quarterback I've ever seen. I will never see a quarterback as bad as Bryce Petty is. No quarterback in the history of the NFL, in the history of human history, going back to the Homo erectus days, has there been a quarterback more likely to throw an interception in an individual game than Bryce Petty? I would bet my life in any game ever that Bryce Petty will throw an interception that game. It is so likely. And he threw an interception today. And he only threw 3 passes. And still he found a way for one of those passes to be an interception today. They stink. The New England Patriots, you're probably going to the Super Bowl. Now, I do say probably, because I do feel that the Pittsburgh Steelers are coming. I feel they are dangerous. They're now, to me, your only fright. The Chiefs will get there. They will get to the divisional round, and to me, they're going to lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers. To me, they're going to lose to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it will be the Steelers and the Patriots in the AFC Championship game, a game of which you probably will win, but I'm not saying it's over yet like a lot of people are saying. We move on to the Miami Dolphins as they defeat the Buffalo Bills 34-31. I had the Bills winning this game. This was the toss-up game of the week, and I blew it. You have to be impressed by this Dolphins team. They can score points consistently, man. Adam Gase, you got to give him Coach of the Year. He's right there with Jason Garrett. Now, Jason Garrett, you can give it to him, and I wouldn't have a problem with that. I think it'd be even pretty good. I think that's a fine choice. For me, I like Adam Gase, dog, because I don't see... Jay Ajayi is a great player, but, I mean, he's the one that accessed the potential that Jay Ajayi had. He accessed that boy. You look at Matt Moore. He's getting stuff out of Matt Moore. He's getting everything out of this offense. This offense is as best as it could ever be, and it's all because of Adam Gase. I love Adam Gase, man. This guy is so fantastic. He's so incredible as a head coach, and it's incredible to see. This Dolphins team has really entered a new era, and they appear to be poised to make the playoffs. In fact, they will make the playoffs at this point. We move on to the Indianapolis Colts as they lose to, and hold on, real quick, for Buffalo. Okay, real quick on Buffalo. You lose. It's unfortunate. You had a chance to make the playoffs, but you blew it. I would still keep Rex Ryan. I think Rex Ryan needs a little bit better personnel. I give him one more year. I'm hearing these Tom Coughlin and Tony Romo rumors. That's, that'd be interesting. I'd like that, actually. That wouldn't be bad. But if it's not that, and if it's not better than that, I wouldn't do it. I would definitely get rid of Doug Whaley, though. I think he stinks. I think he's terrible GM. And he hasn't done anything. He didn't sign a free agent other than Lorenzo Alexander and Zach Brown, and he's shocked that his team, didn't improve. Of course your team didn't improve. Your draft picks weren't healthy, and you didn't sign anybody. What the hell are you expecting? Of course you're not going to improve. Why are you shocked that you didn't improve? You didn't add anybody. This is the same offense it was last year, except you added Mike Gillislee, come on. There's so many L's in this guy's name. We move on to the Indianapolis Colts as they go to the Oakland Raiders. And they lose to the Oakland Raiders. I have the Colts upsetting here. It was a dumb pick. That's what it was. But Derek Carr gets injured. I talked about that in a separate video. No need to talk about it here. But for the Colts, the season's over. The season is over now. It's a lost season. You have to rebuild this team. You have 3 free agents. All of them are outside linebackers. Not just 3, but 3 of your free agents are outside linebackers, and Eric Walden, Robert Mathis, and Trent Cole. So you have to completely rebuild your outside linebacking core. Just completely rebuild it. You're talking about not rebuilding, but, structuring your offensive line a little bit, fixing some problems there at left guard and right tackle. Denzel good. Is Denzel bad? You have some issues there. But this is still a team that, man, they have Andrew Luck. And Andrew Luck overall has played well this season. I did not love his performance today. The 2 interceptions today were bad, and they really blew the game. They blew the game, honestly, right from the start. If it wasn't for those interceptions, to me, we would have gotten a shootout. Derek Carr, maybe in this reality, doesn't get injured, but let's assume he gets injured in this dimension. Then you guys can end up winning this game. But anyway, whatever. You lost. Oakland, you win, but you lose. As Derek Carr's out for the season, this is an L for you. No matter what the record books say, it's so unfortunate. I'm sad, but it is what it is, man. I don't know why Satan is so harsh today. We move on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints. Bucs fail to get it done. And, I don't know why God or Zeus or whoever, he really wants Marcus Mariota and Jameis Winston to be linked. So if one is not making the playoffs and the other is not making the playoffs, that's just the way it is. I think that's the way it is. So neither of my favorite quarterbacks in the NFL, I like them both, honestly. I know a lot of people, Winston fans hate Mariota, Mariota fans hate Winston. I like them both. I like them both ever since college. I like them both now. Neither of them going to be in the playoffs now. Bucs blew it. I feared that Cowboys matchup. The Cowboys took the fire extinguisher and they chilled off the Bucs, and they did. They absolutely did, because this Bucs team, they were hot. The Cowboys took that fire extinguisher, they cooled them down, and now they're finished. They're back to the old Bucs. Their defense stinks again. They stink again, and they can't win games like that. Their offense isn't good enough, mainly because Jameis Winston doesn't have enough weapons. Okay, Cameron Brate's good, Mike Evans good. That's it. Rusher Shepard stinks. Adam Humphrey stinks. Everyone else in the wide receiving core stinks so bad. So they can't do anything, and Doug Martin hasn't shown explosiveness this season, and neither has Charles Sims ever since their injuries. So it's unfortunate, but the Bucs are finished. Pretty much. Now, I think there's still a scenario where they can get in. They need the Lions to lose. They need the Redskins to lose. They need some other stuff. I don't see it happening. But I didn't see a lot of the stuff that happened this week happening. So we'll see. As for the Saints, you play spoiler, but you lose draft positioning. Although, I will say for you guys, I don't think draft positioning matters too much. You guys just need more players than just a great player. You guys just need to fill a lot of holes defensively. Draft a corner, draft a defensive end, draft another linebacker. And then you're pretty much good to go. So I think those are the issues there for this football team. And I think they're going to work on them. Also, get him back from injury. And you guys should be good to go next season. And worry about Sean Payton, man. That boy could be out of the door. We move on to the San Francisco 49ers as they upset the Los Angeles Rams. And, I picked the 49ers to cover in this game because I couldn't trust the Rams to win by 3.5. But turns out they couldn't win at all. As they blow this game, Jared Goff stinks. Okay, this guy sucks, dude. Jesus Christ. This guy's interceptions were terrible. Just absolutely terrible. What is this guy doing? Has this guy played football? I mean, honestly, this guy's just throwing the ball into cornerbacks' chests and their arms and just not reading defenses at all. Just throwing stuff, man. This guy's lost. Jared lost. Maybe that should be his new name, all right? I'm coming with nicknames. That's his new nickname today. Jared lost. Or Jared off. Okay, because either one, he was off today. He's always off. He's never on. He never turns me on. We move on. San Francisco. You won a game. You sweep the Rams. And by the way, Rams, y'all stink. Y'all got swept by this team. Didn't I tell y'all? Actually, this is incredible. I don't know why this works out this way, but a lot of my preseason predictions that looked so terrible before, in the middle of the season, right? My Broncos 8-8 prediction looked terrible. My Rams 4-12 prediction looked terrible. My Tennessee Titans 7-9 prediction looked terrible. They're starting to be pretty freaking accurate as these teams are going back to where I had them. Exactly where I had them. I don't know why, but whatever. Rams, you're going to go 4-12 like I told you would go before the season. I literally told you the record, and I had plenty of people telling me, no. I told you 4-12, and guess what your record is? Going to be 4-12. That's a W for me. We move on to the Arizona Cardinals, and, they beat the Seattle Seahawks to piss me and every other predictor, prognosticator, expert, whatever, off. Okay, we are all pissed off because this Cardinals team continues to be the most infuriating team in the NFL, as you don't know when they're going to win a football game. I mean, they are so infuriating. Oh, I can't stand them, but they win today. Fine. Whatever. David Johnson's incredible. At least we can say that. David Johnson, this guy is incredible. This guy's a stud. This guy's a beast. 3rd round pick out of Northern Iowa. This guy's an absolute star. Next year, I can't wait to see what he does. But this Cardinals team, they have issues that I don't even know what they are. I really can't identify them. I think coaching has been bad this season. No one wants to talk about it, but it's true to me. They've disappointed, and I look at the coaching staff. I also look at Carson Palmer and his disappointing season, but this defense, they give up 31 today. They never give up 31. So, the defense has troubles, and they're very talented. They missed Tyrann Mathieu, I'm sure, but still, there are issues there that I'm not really sure how to fix. So there are issues there, but whatever. We move on to Green Bay as they defeat the Minnesota Vikings 38-25. The Vikings stink, right? That's who they are. I know you're shocked. Well, they don't stink. They're 7-whatever. They're 7-8. That's not a stinky record. Okay, but how many games have they won in their last? How many games now? That'd be 8-2. How many games have they won in the last 10 games? 2. They've won 2 games in the last 10 games. That's a team that stinks. Okay? Don't tell me that they started 5-0. That's a different team. They're not that team anymore. They're now a team that has won 2 of their last 10 games. They're 2-8 in their last 10 games. This team stinks. Don't be shocked if they lose to Chicago next week, because I think they have the same record over the last 10 games. So don't be surprised at that. Stop being surprised when the Vikings lose and lose bad. And this score should be even worse because the Packers are up early and often, but they let their foot off the gas pedal. This Vikings team is bad. I don't care that Sam Bradford stuffed his stats today. He's not good. And Aaron Rodgers is hot boy, and I'm about to ride his wave. I think I'm going to pick the Packers to win the Super Bowl. Now, I need them to win next week, and I believe they will. But if they don't, then obviously that's not going to happen. If they do, I think this Packers team might be going to and winning the Super Bowl off of the arm and the talent of Mr. Aaron Rodgers peaking at the best time. We move on. No, we don't move on, because that's the final game. Those are all the games that occurred today. On Saturday, December 24, Christmas Eve, and what a horrible Christmas Eve indeed, as we've had 2 horrific injuries, the revolution of the terrible teams in the NFL, and overall, I don't know, I hated today. Today was terrible. Today was absolutely awful. I'll get over it. I'm under 21, so I can't drink it away, so I just have to live with it. I'll go play Xbox or something, because this Texans and Bengals game will be boring, right? I will watch the important parts, and I'll probably recap it anyway, but I don't feel like watching football today. I'm so sick of football. I'm so done. I'm over it. I'm tired of it. I'm done. There you go. Those are my thoughts on NFL Week 16. What are yours? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out. Peace.